Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of University Tunku Abdul Rahman, I would like to welcome you to join us today at our UTA CEO Talk series. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Chin Hon Chung, Assistant Professor from Department of Building and Property Management, Faculty of Accountancy and Management, University Tunku Abdul Rahman. Before we start our webinar today, there are some house rules that I would like to remind all the participants. First of all, in order to have a smooth live streaming with our speaker today, your mic has been mute, your video or camera has been off. Yeah. So if said you have something to ask our guest, our speaker, or you have something to share with us, kindly use the Q&A. Yeah. Q&A chat room on the bottom part of your Zoom screen, right? So, without further ado, let me introduce our speaker for today. Our speaker has a Bachelor of Engineering from University of New South Wales. He is a professional engineer registered with our Board of Engineers Malaysia. Over the years, he has become one of the prominent figure in the property development sector, starting as a consultant engineer in Australia in year 1989. In the year 1991, he returned to Malaysia and worked with one of the biggest consultants firm in Malaysia prior to joining SP Setia Berhad in year 1996. Our speaker today, during his tenure as a director of Berhad, he was in charge of the property group Northern and Southern Division, including his offices in Singapore and Indonesia. He left SP Setia to join EcoWorld Development on 1st of May, year 2030. Our speaker today holds the honor of being the recipient of the Age Malaysia Inaugural Outstanding Property CEO Award 2015. This award was conceptualized for the Age Top Property Excellence Award and was first awarded in year 2015 in recognition of CEOs or other professionals who have successfully bring their company to an exceptional level under his or her leadership. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think you know who I mentioned, yeah? So, without further ado, let us welcome our speaker for today, the President and CEO of EcoWorld Development Group Berhad, Dato Chang Khim Wah. Hi, Dato.
Hi. How's everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. Dato, if you are ready, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
First of all, we would like to thank Dr. Chin and Utah for inviting me and EcoWorld to give a short talk today. It's a great honor, obviously. It's a great honor, and thank you for the introduction, Dr. Chin. You make me sound very, very old, very, very old. But anyway, first of all, welcome to all the students. I understand a wide variety of students are with us today, young Malaysians who will come into society very, very soon. Well, I hope whatever we say today will give some idea to what is waiting for you outside there. It's a topic for all of us today about old business and new world, right? I'll go into that shortly. But before that, if the students have any comments or anything they want to share, please do ask in the Q&A thing. Or I know students like to do thumbs up or thumbs down. Even if you don't like my talk, thumbs up anyway. Okay, please. Okay, first of all, like any good magic show, right? A magician can't do magic without the assistant. And my colleague here is the one who actually prepared all the slides. She's the one who tells me to say what all the time. And at the end of this show, there will be a quiz of whether you are listening to us or not, right? And she will be giving out the prizes as well to about 10 lucky people. So please stay until the end, listen and answer the quiz properly. Let me introduce to you Chiaro, and she'll say hello.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
So please do hang on to the presentation by Dato Chang. And actually today is birthday, so we are very honored to have him with us today.
Okay, thanks, Cheryl, for not supposing to tell the information, but anyway, please share the screen.
Okay.
Okay. So you know the new world is about technology, right? So when we want to share screen, so there's some lagging, and so everybody please bear with us. Well, today's topic is about old business and new world. I don't know whether you guys have heard about EcoWorld before, no, but we are a property development company. When you hear the word property development company, I'm sure the first thing in your mind will be brick and mortar, foreign labor, rough sticking people at the site there carrying plans and doing buildings and things like that, right? So that's the old business. To survive in the new world today, everybody is telling you about IR 4.0. You know, we have to be doing business online, we have to transform and all that. In Malaysia, the pace of transformation actually is not as fast as the outside world, right? We in Malaysians, we have our own pace of doing things. If you remember before the pandemic, before COVID, cashless society is still a thing that we are beginning to learn as compared to many other Asian countries. So with this pandemic, it has forced a lot of us. It has forced a lot of us to actually make our transformation even faster. So the new world business is actually very important. Yeah. Well, the first thing I want to do is talk a little bit about myself, which I don't like. Okay? So anyway, they say, Batiaru tells me this is something that I must do before the talk, right? So I've been the CEO of EcoWorld Malaysia for 5+ years. And we are a very young company. We are only 5+ years only. It's 2013. 30 years of experience in property development. I'm sure most of you are not even 30 years of age yet, right? So I feel old. I'm an engineer by profession, but actually I'm a businessman and also into management. So hopefully this covers a lot of what you guys are studying as well. I'm a great fan of football, even though I'm very old. I still play quite actively, but unfortunately, not much time for football now. And of course, I'm a big Liverpool fan. If you look at the photo there, those are my colleagues. Those are my colleagues, and I look the same age like them, right? Those are my colleagues, and none of them are Liverpool fans, so they don't actually like me using this photo. In the crowd, I'm sure they are all young people. You're all Manchester United fans or Manchester City fans, but anyway, so Liverpool is the Premier League champions. We will enjoy it despite whatever you think. All right. Next slide is my favorite slide. You look at this slide, okay, it's a Liverpool slide. I know today it's about EcoWorld, right? And Liverpool all over the world, Liverpool fans all over the world are enjoying this particular moment because we are the champions. But actually, I want you to look into this club has a case study as well. Old business, new school, right? Football is an old business. The second oldest business in the world is development business. The third oldest business in the world is actually football, right? That's what everybody do. In the old days, football clubs don't make money. But if you look at Liverpool today and how they evolve over the years, right, they are actually a wonderful business concept. So when you have time, you really do please look into the Liverpool Football Club. Even though you're a Manchester United fan, doesn't matter. Look at the way they do the business, right? It's the same as the development business. When they're on the field, they play very well. They produce results. They have the best defensive line in the country, in the world, right? They are very hardworking with integrity midfielders. They're very creative forwards and strikers, right? That's how we want to do our work as well. And that's how the new businesses in the world, that's how they will survive as well. You must produce on the field, right? But you must produce with integrity. You must produce with certain moral concepts that you must project so that your brand can stand. They're supported by a manager, a CEO, right? They're supported by a manager who must know the market well, must know where to press, how to press, who to press. You must speak the same lingo as your company. So if you guys see Klopp in his interviews, right, whenever Klopp is the manager of Liverpool, whenever he speaks, right, he always speaks Liverpool language, right? Same one. When you hear the players being interviewed, right, none of the players will speak anything otherwise. The same concept. It's a very interesting management training even football players have. If you see the interviews for Liverpool players, right, they will always look very humble. They always say, this match is over. It's only the next match that counts. Whenever somebody scores a wonderful goal, they will always say, it couldn't have happened without my colleagues or my teammates. Just go through the videos. It's really amazing how they have set up their business model. They have a very shrewd management team. They buy very well. They don't buy expensive. They buy high potential at great prices. So they are actually utilizing their resources very, very well. The owners are also very sport-specific investors. They understand the product that they're giving. They understand the business they are in, right? But the most important of all, the club has a youth academy, and they have outreach to the community that binds the community as a whole. The players have to go and do charity work. They go to hospitals in Liverpool. They will visit orphans. They do so many things that are that will entrench the club into the community, right? So when you want to do a business as well, right, you also must do that. You must entrench your business into the community that you are serving, right? And that makes the business come as a whole. You look at the logos, you never walk alone, or this means more. So please do the links, and please go and see the way they do the marketing is actually really fantastic. So all business, but new world, right? And they will be very successful for many years to come if they can keep that business model sustainable. Similarly with us, as we do development business, we have to look into how to evolve in today's new world, right? Who are our clients? Our clients are you guys, right? All of you who are listening to this, you are our clients. If we give you a business proposal or investment proposal or a product that doesn't serve your needs, what will be the first thing you do? You just go on the Google or the internet, you look for our competitor already, right? That is what it is today. There's no place to hide. You cannot hide your business model from your competitors. You cannot hide the quality of your business from your buyers or from your investors. There's just nowhere to hide nowadays. If you look at the old business of development, this is how it used to look like. This is how it used to look like, right? I'm sure all of us stay in various stages in Malaysia, in various housing estates and various commercial buildings that we have utilized. This is how it used to look like. But when we first started EcoWorld 5-6 years ago, we decided that we wanted to do a product that is very different from everybody else. Not just a place to stay, but really we wanted to do something like it's a place to live for everybody. So this is eco-majestic. Okay, everybody will ask me whether this is Photoshop or not real or from an architecture perspective, but actually it's not. This is an actual live photo of eco-majestic. And for those who do not know where is eco-majestic, it is in Semenyih. And for those who do not know where Semenyih is, it is somewhere in Selangor, on the southeast of Selangor, pretty far away from Bangsa or pretty far away from, I'm sure, even Utah, right? But it's actually very accessible today through highways. And there's a person there who say, I'm an owner of it. Okay, hopefully you really like this, you really like it, and you know this is real. You have a look at the quick quiz. This is just one precinct, right? You can see the water body is in the center. That's near our Shu village. We have gated precincts there. They're all uniformly done, right? They have same facade, same color. It is a very controlled environment. It comes with beautiful landscaping, we think. Can you count the number of gazebos in this picture? Everybody count. I can tell you there are more than 3. You'll miss some of it, right? The gazebos are not just for the ego of the architects, but it's the intention. The intention is for the community to meet there, know each other, spend your time there, know your neighbors, right? That's how you build communities. That's how you strengthen security and family infrastructure. So when we do our business today, it's not just about doing the building, right? It's about doing the entire environment. You look at the boulevards, the roads on the left-hand side, right? Those are beautiful, beautiful roads. You can see the walking tracks that we've built, the bike parks, the bike lanes, the beautiful water. The wild ducks come here in the evening. Wild ducks from the really wild ducks. A lot of people ask us, do we put the ducks there, right? But actually, we don't. They come by themselves in the evening, right? So we strive to achieve a certain level of ecosystem that's as natural as possible. This is in every project that we do, right? And we strive to maintain this as much as we can. So it's really a place to live for us today. And we look at it as, of course, we need to make money as a company, and we need to make money for our shareholders. But it's also, we see it as a way to reinforce community, to do a product that influences lives and make living better. Yeah. So our philosophy is a little bit what we call EcoWorld DNA, right? All this come from our young team. These are all the philosophies that our young team want to incorporate into our product, right? Together. Our EcoWorld DNA means we look at it from the point of design, from the point of nature, and from the point of art. So it's no longer just the architect has an inspiration and they will tell us they want to do this, they want to do that. The architect's inspiration must complement the developer's philosophy, right? Design is very important to us because it actually, the value of properties today, the value of the houses you stay today, right? The design will guide how it will stand through the test of time. So we are very particular with this, and you will see very straight view kind of design that we have done, even very modern, but they're all very controlled. They have unique elements in their own ways. You must be proud of the way of the place that you stay, right? When you are proud of your house, not proud, but when you take pride in the place that you live, you will maintain it, right? When you maintain it, there will be certain value to the property. How does that help EcoWorld? If you stay in a place for 5 years and it still looks as fantastic as when in day one, right? The values of the property will stay. It's as simple as that. So it is determined by the design and the architectural choice that we do at the very, very beginning. Nature is also very, very important with us. Being EcoWorld, and of course, being a developer, right? You see any TV series, right? Developers are always the people who destroy nature, the criminals, the corrupt. They're all developers, right? All the bad guys are developers. So we must also, as a profession, strive to change that image. Nature is actually very close to our heart as well, in everything we do. So sometimes when we do our product development, we will develop the park and the green first before we develop the house. So it is a reverse engineering for us. For art, we are not artists, nor do we say we are Picasso. But our art here is that we think unique concepts will make people take pride again in their development. We have things like beautiful roundabouts or beautiful sculptures in some of our development, beautiful gazebos. That's for the residents' enjoyment, but it's also for the residents' pride that when they invite guests to their house or to visit them, right? There are places for them to go. There are places for them to see. When we do that, we hope that the community is built to protect the environment that they want to live in. And when that happens, things become easy, right? Everybody takes care of everybody. You take care of your neighbor takes care of you. You take care of your security, the neighbor takes care of your security. Less mates will go missing if everybody takes care of each other's mates, right? Right? So it's things like that that makes communities, right? All this will lead that into that. So we really hope to redefine this development business to make it really something that will influence the people who buy into EcoWorld. Yeah. So for the engineering students, this is a little bit on the master plan. When we do our development, it's quite obvious that we will do it in 3 zones: residential, commercial, and recreation. But we don't like to call it zoning. For us, it's more like creating habitats, right? Residential habitats where people stay must be also very natural to the way you want to live. It has green, it has security, spaces are there. Your kids can run around in safety. You can go in and go out without worrying about security, or we are worrying about public safety or road safety. So those things are very important. Similarly, for people who buy into our commercial habitats, right? Way to do business must be easy. Car parks must be plentiful. Lighting, again, security, accessibility. All those things are actually very, very important to us, and it must complement each other and fit in so that it works very well. Similarly for recreation as well, it must not serve, anybody can build a park, right? I mean, anybody can buy playground equipment, but it must be done in such a way whereby people can interact. So it's quite a complex science for us. We take a lot of time to it. And there are some for engineering students, there's some statistics there, but generally you will see that we will have provided more than sufficient for what you would expect of a normal township. Ecosystem also very important. There are too many words here, but just to tell you that we're always looking from the green footprint when we do our development first, when we do our development as well. The existing landscape, actually, the existing fauna and flora are very important to us before we start. But we have a philosophy of developing in estates, real estate, oil palm estates or rubber estates only. So we will try and we won't develop natural forest areas, right? So, but there are some trees that are natural to the area. So as much as possible, we will try to preserve them, transplant them to where they will survive. We have put in a lot of effort for every development. This is a photo of EcoBotanic. If you look at this photo, EcoBotanic, there's a roundabout there. There's a beautiful tree there that is about 70 over years old, which was there in the first place, right? And we have preserved it there. Luckily, it's still doing very well, yeah, and it's still there. The residents are very proud of it. We have transplanted about 300 trees, natural trees that we found in this development. We've built 42 kilometers of bicycle and walkways just along all over here. The ponds here are the lowest points of the development, so we have landscaped them to make them into recreation areas as well, right? So the residents will come and jog in the morning and the evenings. You can see that we have put in a lot of effort to green up the whole place. And not only green up, but green up in a certain way that there's a logic to it, there's a ecosystem to it. And we have people in our organization who are very skilled in doing that. So developer is not just about brick and mortar. So we also, in our team, there are also people who are very skillful in horticulture, in planting trees, in transplanting of trees, recognizing certain environmental systems that we should preserve. Or we have quite a wide range of skilled personnel in EcoWorld. Yeah. So building communities is also very important. This is a typical park that we have, right? I say anybody can buy playground equipment or put in swings, right? But we have placed them in ways that parents can look after the kids, and parents can interact with parents when they're looking after the kids. We have placed them in where kids can interact as well. We have placed them where the walkways are away from the vehicles, away from the water, gazebos in certain focal points so that everybody can congregate. So it's really not just about buying equipment or fulfilling authorities' requirements. It's really to see how the end user use it in the has a totality in a holistic manner. Even designing parks will take a long time for us. So you can see the care that our team has gone through to actually create. And parks like this are available in every project that we have. And if you are a buyer, please do go and compare each and every park that we have. If you're not a buyer, please buy fast. Okay. Also, in all our developments, the other thing that we do is we have what we call Life at EcoWorld. New townships are difficult, right? We actually have to encourage a lot of new business to come into our townships. We can give them the space like suburban malls, shop offices and all that, right? But we have to encourage a lot of our partners, young partners to come in. We like new businesses. We will help them come and set up and help them through their difficult times. We have things like confinement centers, kindergartens with us, even people who run bikes, renting of bikes. We have development like spring labs and all that, where it really stand out among the other neighborhoods, right? Where people come and take photos, where people will come and do their Instagram and all that, right? With all these young people, right? You guys know the spaces that you need. So the old spaces is slowly getting outdated already. When you do development business today, you have to create spaces that suit the needs of today's communities, right? A lot of people just go and take photos in a lot of places, right? So if you come to our townships, right, or our integrated commercial areas, there are a lot of photo opportunities. It's purposely created for you and your family and your friends to come visit us, have a photo there, and show it around to your other friends, and all of it is infilled with the uniquely crafted art kind of sculpture, or it could be a drawing, or it could be just a space or a corner that is so special, and we have taken so much extra effort to create all these spaces for you. Yeah. So lifestyle and amenities is all in place. This is a very good place for those in Selangor. If you're living just off the NKVE, right, please visit EcoArdence. EcoArdence is one of the great places in Shah Alam today. It is just off the NKVE. If you see, as usual, we have our body of water there. It's really a beautiful lake there. And at the lake, you can see a platform there, like almost like an amphitheater kind of place. That's one of the place where a lot of boy meet girl, girl meet boy kind of place, right? So it's really good place for meeting place. You can please try to find a number of gazebos that we have. The design here is a little bit modern tropical, so you can see the gazebos here is different from the gazebos at Eco Majestic, right? But why is this about a place meeting, right? Because this is a young township. This is a commercial zone of a young township. On the left, we have our sales gallery and show village there. Please visit. But how do we start a township that the residents who buy this? How will they be proud of this township, right? So you imagine, right? In this commercial area, EcoArdence, it's not just about a lake and a park, right? On the right hand side, we have two FIFA football fields there, FIFA class football fields that we have built for the community. It's not because I love football, but it's because football is a way of uniting and bringing the community together. And on the weekends, you'll be surprised that people play football there until 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, on the weekends, right? And it is supported by a lot of container type shops, which is just next to the football field. Those in the blue and the red one. Those are container shops that are like pharmacies, restaurants. They sell health food. There's a giant grocer there. There's a kindergarten there. There's a community hub there as well, where people can learn things like ukulele and things like that, right? And the entrepreneurs that we invite here are young entrepreneurs who have ideas of new type of food, new way of doing business, plus infused together with people who are very famous as well, who have their secret recipe, homemade noodles or bamboo nasi kandar or things like that mixed together, right? So it gives chance to the new people to see how the old brands work, and it also gives the old brands to see what new things are coming onto the market by the younger people, right? So it's really a place where not just a place to do business, but a place of learning, a place to lepak, a place to hang out, a place to play football, a place there's a mama store there that have business that's so good that you can't believe, and people lepak there for hours on this. Of course, now please with the COVID-19 and the new SOPs, you must do your social distancing. It cannot be like before COVID, right? Until the vaccine comes along, we still have to adhere to all the rules and guidelines of the ministries, of the relevant ministries. But it's a lifestyle there that we have created, right? It's for the residents, it's for the people around this development, not just for EcoArdence, but for the people around this development. And we have the same concept in quite a lot of our developments as well. So if you go to a place called Eco Grandeur at Puchang Alam near Ijo, a similar Grandeur Labs is there, but they don't have a football field. What they have is a cycling park, a beautiful cycling park with obstacle course. Why cycling park is because that area is very famous for cycling. Cyclists love to go there every weekend, right? So we complement the needs of the community at that particular location. But they have all these food and entrepreneurs there as well. infused with a grocer and infused with car parks and a beautiful 60-acre park at EcoWorld. 60 acres. So there you go, right? So that's the philosophy of placemaking when you come into an EcoWorld township. So a little bit of ARDENCE Labs. Well, you can't do a little bit of marketing here is that you don't do corporate marketing all the time. Of course, we need to do corporate marketing or all the bankers and our investors won't invest into us. But for the community, for our clients, right, marketing is at many, many levels. So this is a bit of more youngish kind of marketing for us. And it has been very, very successful. You must come and visit EcoWorld, especially on the Friday night or a Saturday night. It's really, 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 really amazing, actually. Yeah. Well, a little bit on future living and digital and food farming and sustainability. These are the things of the future. Why do we talk about future living is that when we are doing old business in a new world, right? We have to think even further than the people who do online business. Because when you start a new business in a new world, it is very complementary. But when you do brick and mortar business, old business in a new world, right? We have old business problems that we have to take care of, like labor, contracts, right? Sustainability, regulatory requirements. But we also have to think of future-proofing our business. What are the trends that people need? How do we do our work faster? How do we attract talent to our company? And how do we attract buyers to be captured by the imagination of our products? So it's not just selling a house already today. We have to capture your imagination to be able to sell well. Because today, we are not selling, later I'll show you a statistic, we're not selling to your parents already. We're actually selling to you, right? You choose where you live, correct? And you have influence in the decision making. So future proofing is actually very important to us. And it will also reflect the way we transform internally as the way we transform externally. Yeah. So this is a very good phrase from one of our consultants. They always tell us either we innovate or we die. So simple only today. Either you innovate or you die. We love this, and these have pushed us actually very, very far ahead. Digital, very important. Okay, how do we innovate this is, today we are connected to our residents and our communities via an app. It's an EcoWorld app, right? We are building this app up. It's not perfect yet, but we are building it up so that we can communicate with our residents. Whenever they have issues or problems, they can come to us via the app, right? Because it saves their time to write in or to call in. We can collect our maintenance, they can pay their maintenance fees to their management committee via this app as well. We are trying to connect it to our commercial area to make it more accessible to all the residents so that we can keep everybody in touch within the EcoWorld community. It's so much easier, right? Nowadays to say you want to drive here, drive there to see this person, see that person, it's very difficult already. Everything is by your fingertips, everything. The problem with that also is that the response also need to be quick as well, right? So they are also learning here for us in that while we are providing digital services for everybody, we need to be more efficient as well. So it is both internal and external. Communication is good. Response also need to be good. The dialogue between our residents and us can be further enhanced when everybody work together to protect the neighborhood and to enhance value. So with this digital movement that we have, and the neighborhood app is really very useful. It will also help the residents to manage their visitors. Like, I'm sure a lot of you would also have digital apps now that when your visitor come, all they need is a QR code to get past the security boom, right? So that's what it takes nowadays. Yeah. Robotics also very important to us. So you'll be asking, what is the developer doing with robotics, right? A lot of our processes inside our company today, they are quite standard type of processes, fixed, right? So we have a lot of employees who do all these very important processes, but it is very boring because it's the same thing every day. Just different file, different name, but the processes are the same. So how do we motivate the team, and how do we become more efficient? How do we save time, save cost? So we have started to digitize everything almost everything that we can. Finances, sales admin, some of the processes that are quite fixed, right? By deploying robotics into the system. So once we've mapped out the workflow and we deploy the robotics, right, we can remove the staff out of the system with the appropriate check and balances in the whole system. Yeah. So what the robotics thing will do will be it doesn't mean that we retrench staff we don't do that, right? What it means that the staff can be redeployed to more meaningful work tasks like serving customer, improving other parts of our service, seeing the gaps whereby process cannot cover, but we require soft touches, we require communication. Those are the gaps that are very, very important, right? So in the longer run of things, robotics and artificial intelligence will run a lot of the part of the company, not only development. Any company that is in certain scale, they will deploy this. But more importantly, at the end of the robotics deployment is that the employees need to be reskilled and retrained to provide better service. Right? It is the service that wins the business. The robotics only make you more efficient, but you need to have it. You need to have it. Yeah. So data also very important to us. Everybody is telling you about big data and all that. We are a developer, right? We are not so clever in analyzing this like the statistician and a lot of the other companies. But we get what we need because we do a lot of marketing. We have a lot of data. We have a lot of residents with us. They also give us a lot of data. We know how they live, what they like, number of children, average per household, etc., etc. Different catchment have different needs, right? Different product pricing for different catchment, different houses for different catchment. Those are the data we require, and the other bigger data we can get it from the government now, obviously, right? But you do need data today. So in the days of where you're working just based on gut instinct, those days are really almost gone already, I would say. You still need that gut instinct at the macro level, where you make that very commercial decision, right? But back up by data. But by and large, the data available today can really make you plan better. It can change the way you do your product. It can enlarge your market. You must make good use of it, right? So the team analyzing the data is also very important. Very important. Some of our creations are this is called co-create. We allow our residents, when they buy houses, this is something new that we have created last year. They can choose the floor plans that they want in the houses that they are buying from us. So it's not fixed today. Today, some of our houses will offer these services. Sometimes you have 3 rooms upstairs, you can opt to have 2 rooms, or 2 rooms, you can opt to have 3 rooms, you can opt to have bigger kitchen, smaller kitchen, entertainment kitchen. So we allow certain design flexibility in your choice of houses today, much like cars. In the old days, without technology, you can't do this, right? Because it's so difficult to change the floor plan, to go to coordinate with the site, the architect, the authorities, etc. But with technology today, we are able to do this, and we are able to give the extra flexibility to the residents when they buy a house from the onset, right? Not everybody likes the house in the same way, but the old way is everybody has to buy the same house if you are buying into the precinct. But the new way is now you can change a bit of the layout to suit your living. So this is something that the young team has put in with the technology that's available today. Something new also, this is what we call ergo homes. This is in eco-forest. You can look at the shape of the houses, right? It's look funny, right? But it's actually terrace houses. So it's terrace houses. It's not your physical normal barrack type of terrace houses. This is very good for Gen Y. I'm telling you, a lot of young people here, right? You love these terrace houses. They come in angles, they come in L shapes. You have views to the garden on almost 360 degrees. It has beautiful ventilation. And it is you have a little backyard garden there, secret garden that you have to share with a few neighbors, but still very private compared to a barrack-like type house, right? This is actually derived from one of our teams created together with the architect in our product development. Very, very different product from the ordinary terrace houses, and it's designed from the comments that we gather from data from our Gen Y and Gen Z buyers. They tell us what they need, right? So we came up with this new floor plate that we thought would suit them, and we launched it, and it went very well. But of course, you need to have a catchment where a lot of young people buy in, right? And this is really a very yuppie type of house, right? You need to convince your parents on this, okay? But for the young people, you really love it. You really, really love it. Yeah. Another one that we have for today, double-story house, but two different parties can buy it. So ground floor and first floor. So it's like an apartment living, but it's a terrace house. Yeah, different person on the ground floor, different person on the first floor, or you can buy both floors. Like those who are married, you can put your mother-in-law on the ground floor, right? And then you can stay upstairs. So you can still enjoy your mother-in-law's cooking while having the privacy of your own life upstairs, because you have a separate door, separate staircase, and you can lock the door when you're having an argument. So these are the new way of living that we think that, you know, family infrastructure is very important today. Because you guys are young, you guys don't know. For those who are married, right, it's very difficult to get domestic help nowadays. So family infrastructure becomes more and more important. You do want to stay with your family, closer to your brothers, your sisters, your parents, etc. But your privacy is also very important. Your me time also very, very important. So this model will allow you to buy by floor, but still landed property. You still have garden, car parks, and all that. But you can have your privacy, but your family members can buy nearby as well, right? Same level, different level, right? Nearby. So this is certain flexibility in the design, and it's also thought of by our young team as well. We call it co-homes. We are launching it this year. The response is quite good. Another new way of living. So old business, but in a new world today, right? In the old days, the parents just say, everybody stay together. There's no argument really. No argument. Today, the parents have to relent and say, okay, can you please stay near to me, right? But we will still give you privacy, right? So these are the options that come with it, right? That come with it and can fulfill today's requirement. Family infrastructure is key to building communities. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. Okay, for the younger people, this is something new that we are doing. A lot of people think in the market, when they hear the word EcoWorld, they always think it's so expensive, it's so pricey, right? So I see the associate professor is actually nodding his head there, right, in the screen. It's so pricey, but actually it's not. We want to appeal to everybody. Oh no, somebody says it's because we are broke. You're not broke, don't worry. Okay, if you buy into an EcoWorld house and you enhance in value, right, then you make money. Anyway, we also have come up with concept for the younger group, right? For the Gen Z, for the ones who are on the go. We have vertical living concept under a new brand, under EcoWorld, is what we call Duduk. Duduk. This word is really trending. A lot of people say, hey, pandemic, you guys take advantage of it and came up with the word Duduk. But actually it's not. We came up with this name at the end of last year, before the pandemic. And we were so lucky that during the pandemic, well, it's not lucky, Malaysia had to go past the pandemic, but we were so lucky in the sense that the word was actually a really trending word at that point in time. Really, it helps our marketing. But the idea of a new vertical living concept is that you've seen the DNA of EcoWorld, right? Even if you stay in the Duduk concept, right, you get to enjoy all the DNA of EcoWorld because it's built within our developments, right? The commercial areas, the security, the landscaping. This is something that we are doing that will cost just 400,000 for 1,000 square feet. For 1,000 square feet, semi-furnished, is designed specifically for Gen Z and young people. It's something very exciting that we are doing, and this also came. The idea also came from the young team, right? What they need for the vertical living, what are the amenities they require, what they don't require, right? So it is all planned in such a way that it comes out into actually a business venture that is doable, even for us. Yeah. So this is some of our marketing logos. Again, very uncorporate of us, right? So this will appeal to the young people. You see, 7,600 Musang King, and you can buy a semi-furnished unit already. Okay, a little bit on our brand, communication, our brand and USPs, right? And this is very useful for marketing and business people, right? Students. So these are some of the things that we are doing. Hopefully you like it as well. EcoWorld for Generations is our latest campaign. Why EcoWorld for Generations? In the old business, when the original developers, when they think of selling houses, it's always about demographics. Demographics means age, right? They target specific age. For EcoWorld, right, we do follow the old business style as well. We have demographics like baby boomers, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, but we target psychographics as well. That means we target horizontal as well, meaning you have certain interests that we hope to capture your imagination in your particular own interests, be it music, art, maybe you are into organic farming, landscaping, yoga, or hip-hop dancing, etc. We strive to provide all different type of amenities and all different type of space usage within all our developments to fulfill some of these interests. Yeah, so that you can actually excel in what you want to do, but you may not necessarily just do it in the space of your home, but there's somewhere outside within your township in EcoWorld that can help you meet your hobbies needs, right? So you could be a painter, right? And you can see the guy painting the sculpture we have in Eco Forest, or you could be a mummy learning how to cook. We will have people doing cooking classes in some of our suburban malls and all that, right? So we hope to be able to build EcoWorld, not just through demographics, but through psychographics. So it fulfills the needs of every generation, not only every generation, but within that generation, the needs of that generation as well. It's a big task for us, but it's something that we have embarked on since last year. And we find it quite fulfilling because the same theme resonates back through our internal organization as well. So when we build EcoWorld as a team, as a company, it's not just for the original managers or shareholders, it is also for the young team. So when they grow, when they excel, right, the company is there, sustainable for ages, for decades to come. It's something very dear to us, and it's something that we have been pushing very, very hard. And it's been quite successful for us. We have really enjoyed this campaign, and you run it for the next 2 or 3 or 4 years maybe. Yeah. So you can see now this is how EcoWorld has evolved. When we first started 2013 to 2015, right? You look at the black color pie chart, 53% of our buyers are above 40. 53%, 50% above 40. That means 40 and above lah. Old people like me. The young people is only about 40% Gen Y, and Gen Z only 2.6%. So after going through our learning cycles, and we embark on new programs, and we did our EcoWorld for Generations campaign, Life at EcoWorld, identifying the needs of the young people, right? You can see over the last 5 years how we have evolved our catchment, the buying base for EcoWorld, right? The Gen Y and the Gen Z takes up 70%. So 70% of our residents or buyers today are below 40. And the rest are above 40. Obviously, some of the parents are there, yeah, and some of the parents support the young buyers. But the youngsters make the decision today, right? They make the decision based on their needs, the location, their interests, right? So when we do business, we must recognize the catchment that we're working in. We must be able to suit the catchment. Like I said, we must be able to capture the imagination of the buying public, right? So there's no point to do a product that you think is good but nobody buys, right? You must have a product that is good. You must be good. Like Liverpool on the field, right? They are good. You know they will beat anybody, right? Right? You know they will beat anybody. But they must play a brand of football that makes us want to watch. Correct? If we don't want to watch them, why would we support them? Similarly with EcoWorld as well. So a lot of people may smile and think football is not a business. Football is a business. Why? All they need to do is capture 150 countries in the world. 1 million fan base in 150 countries is 150 million. Every year they change their jersey. It's 150 million jersey sales. It's the end game. That's the end game, you know. It's their end game. So similarly for any business, similarly for EcoWorld. So we must have products that capture that make you want to buy us and stay with us, right? And today's young generation, the focus is so, they change focus so fast, right? So our business also need to evolve fast. Yeah. I'm sure you know this better than me, but this is what my young team has been trying to educate me and how we do our marketing. So for those in business, this is very, very important. We are very strong on the social media. In fact, we are almost 99% doing our business one way or the other online already. One way or the other, whether it's marketing, selling, buying, or whatever it is, one way or the other. We have embarked on this very, very early. We have a separate team to look into this, to do the analytics, to see what is the best channel, what is the best content. It's really a revelation for us. For a person like me, when we do our work in the old days and today's world, this is an amazing tool, really amazing tool. And for those who are going to embark on their own business, right, you must understand this. You must understand this tool. You must really maximize it. And it doesn't cost you so much. Not like the old days when you do advertisement in newspapers and all that. It's really very costly, you know, to do branding in the old days. But today, if you do your branding correctly through this media, it's actually very cheap. Your product can actually stand. But like I was saying, you must look at the Liverpool model, right? You must have the right brand of football, right reach to the society, the community. People can see your company governance and structure already. So all these play a part. Not like last time. Last time a lot of things cannot be seen, but today it's really very, very transparent. So digital engagement is a norm. Like today's webinar, I have to admit this is my first webinar, but we have done all our meetings are on Zoom nowadays, right? Our internal meetings, external meetings, not many face-to-face anymore. But don't forget the face-to-face. While this digital engagement is a new norm, I can tell you in terms of business, in terms of cooperation with joint venture partners, in terms of trust, the face-to-face engagement is still very, very important. So digital engagement will take up 90% of your business time or your social time, but you must leave that 10-15% for personal engagement. You cannot get the trust of your banker or your partner or your investor through just digital platforms. Certain face-to-face skills are actually required. Never forget that. While digital engagement is very, very important, very, very important, because it reaches people very, very fast, right? You can do things in speeds that's unimaginable. But that personal engagement is also important. So a little bit about Team EcoWorld. We are just a 5-year-old company. We have about 1,400 to 1,400 plus staff. Yeah, 70% of our staff are Gen Y, Gen Z, 94% below the age of 50. So our team is very young, very young. CEO are very susah cari makan one. Team young, you know how fast the young team want to work or not? The things that they want to do, right? But they give face to me when we play football. They always let me score a goal or two, just to motivate me. But the team is really very, very good. We have a ratio of 57% males to female, 43% females. But we have a very big police bantuan team. The police bantuan team, police auxiliary police team, is mainly guys. If you take out the police force that we have, right, we are about 50-50. Yeah. Women in senior management, 43%. Very, very high for us compared to many other companies. I can tell you the women in our management team are very garang one. During the meetings, only the women talk, the guys all keep quiet. So somehow, I think 57% guys also not enough to tahan them. The other 43% all make the decisions, right? On the board of directors, we have about 25%. We are striving to meet the BUSA requirements, but because we are a development company, right? All the directors on our board are actually have specific skill set in related to this industry. We are actively sourcing women directors also who are somehow have knowledge in this industry as well. Yeah. So we are actually committed to build our team. 4 generations. 4 generations. Succession planning, pipeline planning is very, very important to us. Level playing field is we don't even have to think about it. So when you come for an interview with us, whether you whatever race, whatever gender, we do not care. It is based on how you present yourself, based on your skill set, based on your attitude, and we will take it from there actually, right? Even for promotion, for going forward, for giving opportunity, doesn't matter whether you are a lady or a guy or whatever. It's just based on your leadership skills, your skill sets, your integrity. We are more worried about that more than anything else. Yeah. So we play hard, we work hard. So this is a nice photo. If you want to look at this, if you want to look at this, you go to YouTube's, right? Our annual dinner is on the YouTube. I think our annual dinner is fantastic, right? It's really fantastic. We divide up the 1,400 staff into teams, and we will have competitions on best dress on a specific team, and you'll come up with all sorts of crazy activities. It's all on the YouTube. You can see this. We don't want to play videos here because it's quite lagging, right? But it's really very interesting. A lot of people, a lot of other companies think we are crazy to do all this, right? All the costumes are paid by the management, not paid by the company, right? Company only pays for the dinner, right? The things that you see here, the photos, the costumes are paid for by the managers and the staff themselves, but heavily subsidized by the managers themselves. Is for our team building and our team spirit, right? The way we fight for the award at the end of the day, which is the best dress or best performance award for our annual dinner, has no prize one. Don't even have trophy, right? It's just the bragging rights for the rest of the year, and they take it very seriously. So it is the one time of the year where all the CFOs, CEOs, the chairman, they are all dressed like unimaginable costumes, and we cannot say anything. We just have to follow the staff on that day. So if they want to dress us up in whatever they want to dress us up, or dress us up in any way, we just have to follow. But it's fun. It's really fun. Really, really fun. Please look at the YouTube links. Please look at the links for all our advertisements as well. EcoWorld for Generation is there, and the rest for Doodle and all that. We have a lot of links. They're quite interesting, and there is a variety of marketing concepts there that is that you really different for a development business. Yeah, that's it. We welcome any questions, and I think
yeah, thank you, Dato, for your sharing. Yeah. Okay, so before that, I think we are going to have a so-called Kahoot quiz. Yeah, before we go for our Q&A section, we have a Kahoot quiz. Okay, in which the prize is actually prepared by EcoWorld. Yeah, so all the participants, please kindly join the Kahoot quiz by logging to www.kahoot.it. Yeah, register, log in using your name. All right, using your name. Okay, because we are actually giving prize to the winner. Yeah, so we don't want that someone register using handsome, then I have no way to find who is handsome. You know, if I really judge you based on your so-called fashion or whatsoever, yeah, it's a bias. Yeah, so please, okay, so log in using your name as stated in your IC. Yeah, okay. So now we have Tai Zhen Hang, Ao Yong, Chen Wai Lum, Ding Jingyi, yeah, already logged in with us. So more to come, yeah, please come. Today we have about 186 participants. All of you are welcome to join the Kahoot quiz, yeah. We have prize ready for you. Okay, so we have Junji, Pui Feng. Oh my God, there's a handsome.
There's a handsome there.
And you log out, and then we join again using the name stated at your IC. Yeah. Okay.
So we have 10 prizes to give out today. It's very easy, only 5 questions. If you pay attention to Dato Chang talk earlier, you'll be able to answer the quiz easily.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Okay, yeah. No nickname, yeah, please, yeah. All right. Okay, luckily we don't have pretty, oh. Okay. All right, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, maybe Dato, I need to help Charo to, how to say, yeah? Charo wish to clarify that all the EcoWorld ladies are not garang. Okay, they are just more articulate. Yeah, yeah,
That's not
okay.
true. That's not true. You can ask any poor guy. Yes, you see them, you siam only.
Okay. Yeah, come on, yeah. More, but we are welcoming more participants to join us at the Kahoot quiz. Come on, yeah, we have 88 participants now. Yeah, please, no banana, okay. Okay, it's the same Benti, Lisa, Forest T. Okay. Who else? Who else? We have 92 participants. Okay, still keep on coming. Sun Hang. Okay, we are going to close in about 10 seconds. Okay, we are going to close in about 10 seconds. Please come on. If you're interested, come join us. www.kahoot.it. Log in with the game PIN 305.
Oh, we have 100 players now.
Yeah, 100 players. Come on. Yeah, thank you, Janet. Champion Raccoon 33. Make sure that you can justify yourself if you really become the champion for this Kahoot quiz, okay?
So maybe if you actually turn up to the winner, you print screen your screen and you pass it to Dr. Chin or the organizer. Then we will be able to send the gifts to you.
Yeah. Okay.
So Dr. Chen, shall we start or shall we wait for a while?
Okay, yeah, last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we stop. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So let's start the game?
Yes, let's start the games. Ooh, what does the EcoWorld DNA stand for, ladies and gentlemen? Design, natural architecture, drawings, natural architecture, design, natural art, design, natural artistic. Which one?
Very easy, I'm sure I can get it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but
We have 93% who has responded.
94, yeah. Come on,
Okay.
the remaining, yeah.
So time's up.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 40%, 42% who got it correct. So DNA for EcoWorld, science for design, nature, and art. We'll go to the next question now. Oh, Hui Mui.
Hui Mui. Okay. Now Hui Mui is leading the score with 943 score. Yeah.
Okay, next question. It's a true or false question. EcoWorld began operation in 2014.
True or false? True or false? 50-50, yeah? True or false? Okay, maybe just now Dato mentioned, yeah, they are the young company. They Dato already mentioned, yeah, when they establish it, when they start it, and then within how many years they start to capture the market segment, yeah.
Yeah. So, actually, it's false. EcoWorld started in 2013 when we took over a company listed on Bursa. That's how we started back then. It's still very young, 6 to 7 years old now.
Young, but one of the biggest company in Malaysia, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Hui Mui again.
Hui Mui. Paying a lot of attention, Hui Mui.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, next question is a quiz. This is very easy.
Okay, third question.
How much is the doodle unit cost?
So if say I choose monkeys, I really bring 1,500 monkeys to the sales office.
Maybe we ask Dato Chang later, he accept or not.
Okay. D24 is good, huh? Yeah. Okay.
So for a doodle is about 7,600 on Musang King. That's about 380,000 for a vertical, for an apartment that is 1,000 unit square feet. So right now we actually have two of doodle that we are launching soon. One at Setia Alam, Eco ARDENCE, and another at Kota Kemuning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now we change, huh? Yeah, yeah. Ningjing now is chased from behind. Yeah.
Okay, the next question.
What is called homes? YOLO, single living, bachelor living, landed like single floor living. Which one? Called homes. Four, three, two, yo.
Yes, so co-home is a landed like single floor living. It's a two-story, like the two-story houses, but we can have two different purchaser, two families staying, one at the ground floor and another at the first floor. So maybe Dr. Chin want to consider getting one also.
Yeah. I plan to.
Let me know when you want to visit.
Sure. Definitely, I will look for you. Yeah, Ninjing again. Yeah, okay. Ninjing maintained the lead score. Yeah, with 3,788 score. So I think next
So
is the
we
last
have the
question,
last
right?
question. Yes, last question.
Come on, guys. Last question already. Which of the following statement is true about EcoWorld? All right, only old people can afford to buy. The project are very far one. Got day tech OOTD nya. Got something for everyone. Bye. Okay, which one? 7, 6. We have another 3 seconds. Then we can know who is the champion. Yo.
So
Yeah, got
so
something for everyone. Bye. Okay, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Okay, so drum roll for the winner.
Congratulations, Hua Ziling. Huan Wei Yin. So Ningjing. Yeah, congratulations.
So that's the end of the Kahoot session. We'll get in touch with the winners, top 10. We'll print out the list and then we'll get in touch with you.
Okay, can.
So we will do the Q&A now, Dato.
Yeah. Yes. Dato, are you ready for the Q&A?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So let us look at the chat box first. Yeah. Yeah, hello, sir. I'm from Semenyih. I've seen Eco Magistrate project. My question is, does EcoWorld give importance to the transit-oriented development? Because I think Malaysia is too car-oriented, traffic jam a lot. Despite MRT is nearby, the bus connectivity from Semenyih to MRT station is not very effective. So how EcoWorld is planning to address this issue? Yep.
Well, transit-oriented development is actually very important to any city, especially a hustling and bustling one like KL and Selangor and Klang Valley now, right? So the first component of a TOD is that TOD lah. First component of a TOD is obviously the government's infrastructure plans, where the MRT runs, where all the LRT run, the monorail runs, right? And we are in such a sparse, big area, right? Like Klang Valley is so big. I mean, in terms of square miles or square kilometers, so big, right? The government is unable to put public transport everywhere, except for buses and of course Grab, etc. Now, for EcoWorld, right, if we can, we would obviously love to have land on TODs. In fact, one of our most famous TOD is Bukit Bintang City Centre, right? Bukit Bintang City Centre, right in the city centre where we have the LRT, monorail, and MRT lines, which is just running across our development and have stations there as well. So for that, right, for example, when we have a development like that, we are building a transit hub to connect up all the lines for the residents and the office and the F&B shopping mall people there to use. And we will build apartments and offices and commercial area to support the TOD as well, right? To be part of the component of the TOD. In suburban areas like Majestic and all that, it's a little bit more difficult because as a developer, we cannot run buses as well. We cannot run public buses. We are not in that business. But we can provide accessibility to highways and all that is within our strengths that has a company that we can do. In what we hope is that of course the government will build better public transport into our development, but in the infrastructure plans that we see there are, but of course there's a time that you require for the budgets to come in from the government as well. But to me, one easy thing about Malaysia and most of the countries today is that the last mile is the problem today, right? So if a lot of us don't want to drive today, even though it's car, right, just call a Grab like today. The last mile is by Grab nowadays. A lot of us go to work nowadays. We will park our car in one place. We just call a Grab, but then we can go for our meetings really. It's car, but it's not a TOD kind of thing. But it also reduces congestion, parking requirements, your stress in driving in a packed city for meetings and all that, right? We would do wish like we are in Japan where all the apartments are just above the train stations and all that, but it is where our country is, right? And we have to grow in tandem with the public infrastructure as well. It's not easy for the government, I can tell you that. It's not easy to put in all this and fulfill everyone's need. But the point of it all is that we are so spread out so far, right? If you go from Ijuk all the way to Semenyih, it's almost 100 kilometers, you know. We can't expect TODs to be everywhere, and it's not fair for the government. Yeah. But what the developers can do is just improve accessibility, help the bus companies where we can to provide bus services as soon as possible, and hopefully there's an MRT line or LRT line that runs near to you. I hope that's useful.
Yeah, thank you, Dato. Yeah, Dato, talking about BBCC, the Bukit Bintang City Centre, in which it is an so-called integrated development, involve a lot of those strata unit. So another question from one of our participants, he's actually asking, yeah, so by the time, say, developer already hand over everything to the management corporation, yeah, so what are the developer role after handing over all the management things to the management corporation in order to ensure the quality of the standard living there?
Okay. I can't answer for all the developers, but I can answer for EcoWorld. For EcoWorld, we have set up our estate management team. Okay. So when it is handed over to the management corporation of the residents, EcoWorld will come in as a company to tender like any other estate manager for the precincts that we actually constructed in the first place, right? We will tender and we want the residents to give us back the job to help them maintain their area. It's because we believe through doing strata development, right? Residents, when they want to take care of their own value of their estate and they want to maintain the area they live in, they need estate managers who are committed to the task of making sure this happens. So we are committed to that, right? And we want to work with the residents. So we will go back and try and maintain as long as possible and as long as the residents want us, because the common area it actually belongs to the resident, right? That is our aspiration. That's our aspiration. So far, so good. Most of the handed over parcels that we've done, the maintenance eventually it comes back to us, right? And we try and do as good a job as possible. The idea is not just about us only, but the idea is to build a community that wants to take care of their common property, right? So even if they don't take us, they take another company. It is still fine as long as they are satisfied that the level of quality of maintenance is there. But hopefully, of course, we want to be back there to look after everybody for as long as possible, as long as possible. Yeah, I don't know what's a free whole length of time lah, but for as long as we are around, we will still be there to attempt to get into the maintenance part of our residents. We deem it as an EcoWorld family.
Thank you, Dato. Yeah, another question from our participant. Yeah, he said that okay, in Malaysia there are a lot of unsold houses, and Johor is the state with the highest number of unsold units. So how developers can address this issue?
Well, coincidentally, I'm speaking from Johor today.
Yup, Dato, yes.
I'm having a meeting in JB today. Okay, unsold stocks are actually, you need to look at the statistics in many different ways. Definitely, there's a big list of unsold stocks all over Malaysia, right? But you have to have, as a business person or just for those who are interested in real estate, you also have to digest, you also have to dissect what are the oversupply types of products and in which location, okay? So in Iskandar, Malaysia, there are a huge amount of stock, say, probably in apartments, right? For us, our business model is to do township, which is landed property, and business parks, which are factories, right? So these two are quite complementary to us because we like to put our business parks next to our housing estates, because the business parks provide employment, the residential obviously provides security and lodging, right? So they are complementary. And our business parks are actually, our business parks look like our residential, so they are quite well gated, guarded, green, no smell, quite high tech as well. So we do quite, in terms of business, Iskandar, Malaysia or JB, it contributes about maybe 45% of our revenue. It runs close to $1 billion a year. Our business in Iskandar, Malaysia, in JB, Johor Bahru. So if you say there's no market in Johor Bahru, it's not true. We are actually doing quite well in Johor Bahru. In fact, we are going to launch a new project very soon, within the next 3 months, in Johor Bahru, and we are still here. For us, you must dissect the statistics of what is in the oversupply range and the location, right? And in localized location, there's always a need for different things. It's the same for every business one. It doesn't mean that this location, it doesn't work, the other location, it won't work, right? You must dissect, you must see the needs of specific location and catchment requirements. We like Iskandar, Malaysia, actually. It is working very well for us.
Thank you, Dato. Hope this answer the participant questions. So another question, the participant noticed that EcoWorld Housing Development Project are actually focusing on Johor, Klang Valley, and Batu Kawan. So, do EcoWorld have any plan to bring your impressive houses, the product, the core homes concept, to pair up maybe Ipoh or Kampar?
Well, actually, we love to do work everywhere, lah. But it is quite difficult for us because we are quite. We believe in trying to do the best job that we can, right? So wherever we go, we will have to set up a team, right? And the team we like to employ locally as well. It's not easy to manage resources today. That's why we have chosen these 3 catchment first to start off with, so we can do a good job as possible. We have a lot of our managers also stay in these 3 zones, right? To go to another state or something is something we need to think of in the future. But it's all to do with manpower problem, right? It's a manpower, it's a resource problem for us. Buying land is not a problem, right? You can buy land anywhere, right? But to be able to deploy people there to do the job that we want, as you can see, we do our job quite consistently throughout all our projects. So it takes effort, it really takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of planning. Well, hopefully, I cannot give you an answer, but you never know.
Thank you, Dato. Thank you, Dato. And because today, our participant, we still have, a large portion of our participants are actually Utah students. So they are interested. What would Dato recommend to a fresh graduate at the beginning of their career?
Okay. You don't like a baby boomer's answer or Gen X answer. Okay, Gen Y, Gen Z, expectation of when you start work and an old timer like me when you start work are totally different, right? I can give you both points of view lah. So when I first started work, or I'm sure nobody in this seminar can have this feel lah. I'm sure because you're also young. When we first started work, we are willing to do anything, right? The boss tells us to jump, we will just jump, we won't even ask any question. We will just do anything that is possible because we are so worried that we don't have a job, right? We cannot meet our commitments. We are willing to work anything, any hour, anything. The advantage of that is that you gain a lot of experience in a lot of things because you don't mind doing a lot of things, right? Some because I'm qualified as an engineer, right? I will do a site supervisor's job. I will take piling reading. I will walk the site with all the contractors and all that. So I will do everything that some of the qualified engineers won't even do. Okay, so because we needed the job at that point in time. But for the Gen Y and Gen Z, because you are also there are a lot of people today, they are better qualified, right, compared to our age, right, and they have higher expectation. They have more questions as to, will this help me in the future? Does this benefit me? Is it relevant to me? Does it serve my interests? It's to do with passion and whether they have that interest in that thing that they are doing, right? All these things are very important, right? My guess is the best thing to do is to have a combination of both generations, right? You should do the things that you have interest in and that you have passion in. It means you will do it very well, but you must not mind doing more than that. Things that you think may not be helpful, but it may actually enlarge your experience, right? It may actually give you a different perspective of how other people think. Because we want to do business or whatever you want to do, right? You mustn't be limited by one point of view only. You must actually have in today's world, you must have a quite open mind. Even bosses today, right, they need to have open mind. You know why? It's all to do with technology, right? In the old days, whatever the boss say is correct one, because you have no access to Google, you have no access to data, you have no access to a statistic, right? Today, if a manager gives you a wrong instruction, right, all the staff need to do is just Google and see what is out in the market and what people do, right? And they can rebut you straight away. So the level of skill today is also higher as compared to the level of skill of management today is also much higher as compared to previously as well. My suggestion would be do what you're interested in, but also don't hold yourself back just because there are jobs that you don't like, that you don't want to do. You should also have a look at it and see what you can learn from the things that you don't like.
Yeah, thank you, Dato. Thank you, Dato, for your advice. Yeah, so, Dato, over the years at your positions, yeah, what is the biggest challenge that you face, and how to overcome it, Dato?
Okay, as a businessman, you face challenge every day. Every day. There's so many unexpected things that happen in business, right? And so many challenges in everyone's life, right? The pandemic, it was an unexpected challenge, right? Pandemic was an unexpected challenge, and the problems that came with it is also unexpected. Every year there's a different challenge. I can't tell you the biggest challenge, but I can tell you the biggest enjoyment that I personally have is that it's a challenge to bring a young team around. Right, that's really a great challenge, and it's a challenge that I enjoy because we have 1,400 plus staff. There are 70% of them are Gen Y. Every one of them have a different interest, different viewpoint, different energy level, different culture, different requirement. But when things happen and there are obstacles in their path, and the team come up with great ideas, and we are and as a team, right, with the experience that the senior management have and the energy and the ideas that the young people have, right, we've overcome so many challenges over the last 5 to 6 years. So many, right? I think to me that's the best part of it all, right? Really the best part of it all.
Thank you, Dato. Thank you, Dato. Yeah, I believe, Dato, you're actually some like open-minded person. Yeah, you accept. Willing to give chances to the youngster. Yeah, to grab them on your team. Yeah, so yeah, just I would like to so-called share with Dato is that actually our Utah students are actually willing to come to your company. Maybe we start as an interns with your companies first. Then we are going to learn the nature, the culture of EcoWorld. Then only we are actually want to work with you. Yeah, so this is one some of the so-called students. Yeah, they have some expectation when they graduated, they want to join EcoWorld. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yeah, Dato. Talking about your housing project, your housing product. Yeah, back to Semenye. Is there any planning for EcoWorld to build a so-called medical center there? Because you have integrated the regression activities, integrated the so-called beauty of our mother nature in your design, in your housing project. So is there any possible or any planning for you to integrate these healthcare services to your product?
Okay, so for every of our township, but not only in Semenye, right? In every development that we have, we are always trying to infuse things like medical or rehab or certain form of entertainment or business to every township, every development that we have. Uh, Same as Semenye as well. But the thing is that we can only provide the space, right? Because we are a developer, we are not doctors and we are not health specialists. We really need to invite partners to work with us, and the evaluation of each catchment depends on the sector that the partners that we are working with, right? So different catchment have different needs according to their survey, because the potential partners also have their own survey of what is the catchment size, what's the viability, etc., etc., etc. Particularly for Semenye, we have also approached a few people to look into this aspect as well, but nothing has come into fruition yet, right? But we are actively looking into it. It perhaps the statistics by the potential partners are showing the catchment may be ready, may not be ready, may be ready in 3 years' time. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure, because there would be a very different type of data collected for medical experts as compared to development experts. But definitely, if there's an opportunity, people wanting to come in to do medical center or even smaller things like medical rehab or confinement centers, we are actually looking to work with these people, these potential partners.
Yeah, thank you, Dato. Maybe because due to time constraint, maybe we can have a final question from the audience. Yeah, because students, they actually also eager want to know, okay, when is the right time for so-called young people to own a house, to buy a house? Yeah, so is it during this interest rate, I mean the low interest rate because of the OPR being cut, yeah, or during this period whereby the government actually offering the so-called HOC program, HOC plan? Yeah, so what's your point, Dato?
If you ask me, this is as good a time to buy property as any time, right? It's as good as time. Well, of course, being a developer, everybody will say this is marketing, but honestly, I can't remember a time when the interest rates were so low. Honestly, we cannot remember a time when interest rates are so low that your money needs to do extra work outside of fixed deposit or other type of investment, right? So property is one of the hedges that you could potentially look for. For the young people, when is the right time, right age to buy a house? It actually depends on your credit worthiness by the banks lah. If you ask a developer, anytime is a good time lah, right? So, but you should relook at your own working background first, right? Make sure that you are able to support your installments, etc. But I know one thing about young people nowadays, they have a very big investment firm behind there. It's called Pharma lah. The Father and Mother Association is actually quite strong. So if your farmer is very willing and have availability to access funds, right, this is a good time to start your house as any. The potential for upside, the longer run of things is actually there for property, but you have to pick the right location, obviously the right developer, the right product.
Yeah, thank you, Dato, for the Q&A sections. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, participants, because due to time constraint, we cannot answer all the questions. So I apologize for that. Yeah, okay, but we are trying our best to come back to you. Yeah, if you have any questions. Okay, so lastly, yeah, on behalf of University Tunku Abdul Rahman, I would like to express our gratitude to Dato. Yeah, because willing to sacrifice his time. Yeah, Dato is a busy businessman. Yeah, so he actually facing challenges, and the challenges is waiting for for him to settle. Yeah, so he's still willing to sacrifice his time to join us today in Utah CEO Talk series. So thank you again to Dato. Yeah, and as to the participants, yeah, we also thank you for joining us in today's this early morning meaningful Utah CEO Talk series. Maybe one day in future, we shall invite Dato to come to Utah, physically meet with our staff, meet with our students, yeah, to share his thought, his opinion, and insight, yeah. Okay, so that's all from me, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, participants. Thank you again for joining us, and Dato, really appreciate your time and your thought and your experience.
Thank you for inviting us, and thank you for listening. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good day.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.